Hi there, everybody. Anna Bass coming to you today, licensed massage therapist. I specialize in lymphatic drainage, post-op therapy, oncology massage, therapeutic bodywork, and I'm also a certified holistic health coach. So you're in for a special treat today. I was just doing some exercises in the garage, feeling like I needed to do a little self-improvement. And it dawned on me that it's been a very long time since I've done lymphatic drainage on myself. And I thought maybe I would share. So if you're sitting at someplace, you might want to get yourself comfortable. You may want to, oops, sorry, not, which side is that on? Sorry. Looking at a camera screen and trying to figure out life left from right and right from left. I'm a little challenged there. But anyway, you might want to get a shirt, where am I at? Where you have access to your neck, okay? I'm sitting in my dining room, so, because otherwise, it might be good if you just took a bath towel and kind of wrapped it around you. But anyway, what we're about to go through is a little mini detox, if you will, for your face. It's good for getting a little of the, fluid and swelling out of the face. It is, I tell my clients, it's like a temporary mini facelift. If you had a special event or something like that coming up, you would probably want to go through this like the day before. Of course, anytime you do lymphatic drainage, it's always really important that you do maintain really good hydration. Okay. Wedding, hot date, any special occasion, or if you just want to go out of the house feeling your best self, okay? This would be what you'd want to do, okay? So the work that we do with lymphatic drainage, at least for the face, is going to be predominantly just using the finger pads, just the ends of our fingers, okay? And what you're going to want to do is you'll just bring your hands up. Some people like to cross their hands over. Some people like to keep their hands apart. But you're just going to do these little tiny sweeping motions, okay? And there's a nice little easy rhythm to it. And I don't know if you can get this action through the video, but actually what I'm doing is I'm stretching and snapping the skin. It's very light, okay? I'm not pushing real hard on my skin, but I am stretching that skin just a tiny little bit, letting go and letting it retract. So it's a pull, stretch, snap, pull, stretch, snap, pull, stretch, snap, okay? So that's what we're doing here. And I put a little thumbnail picture up. I'm not sure if you can access that where you found the video, but it has sort of a diagram of where the lymph nodes are in the neck and in the face. So obviously you do have a lot of lymph nodes in through this area. You have them running down through your neck, underneath your jaw. You have quite a bit in your face, okay? Mostly in front of your ear. And you just kind of want to do this for a little while. And if you want to know how long you want to do this portion of it, just this little portion right here, it is until you start feeling a little drainage in the back of your throat. And that kind of lets you know you've turned on and activated the lymphatic system, okay? And this can take a couple of minutes, so you need to be patient. Nothing good is ever really easy, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. I think one of the reasons why I don't do this to myself very often is because I find it boring, which is weird because I do it all day long at work, and I thoroughly enjoy the work when I'm doing it to other people. But just doing it to yourself can be, a little boring. So maybe once you get the hang of it, you can sit down in front of your favorite movie listen to another one of my videos, watch a podcast, watch your kids play on the floor while you kind of do a little self-improvement. Well, that was quick. So I already feel a little bit of drainage in the back of my throat. That kind of tells me we can move on just a little bit. So with lymphatic drainage, I kind of use the analogy of squeezing toothpaste out of a tube of toothpaste. You want to start at the opening of the toothpaste, work away from that opening, and come back to the opening. And then you go back and work a little farther away from the opening and then come back to the opening. If you were to try to squeeze, say, from the bottom of the toothpaste up, it might get kind of like a bottleneck effect. Okay. So that's why we predominantly want to drain from this area. So we start here first. Okay. All right. And that's, again, it's just that real gentle stretch the skin, snap, stretch the skin, snap. And then after that drainage starts, then you can start moving up your neck just a tiny little bit. Okay. Still doing that same action, just pulling the skin just ever so slightly and letting it go and snap back. You can move up to the jawline and come back down. The muscles underneath of here would be your scalenes, your sternocleidoid mastoid, your SCM. But lymphatic drainage doesn't really do a whole lot to affect the musculature, okay? That's not what we're trying to activate here. So as you can see, I'm moving up and down and up and down. One thing I'll tell you about this, if you try it, even as non-invasive as this is, more than likely, because of this tiny little bit of work I'm going to do, I will have to go to the bathroom at least once tonight in the middle of the night. Lymphatic drainage moves fluid through the lymphatic system. And so when your body eliminates, it eliminates through urine output or your bowels. Okay. So we come back here sort of like to home base. And stretch and snap. Stretch and snap. Very gentle, very light, very rhythmic, very superficial. Okay. And come back up again. So you can continue on with this for a couple of minutes. When I work on somebody in my office doing lymphatic drainage, even if they come in for post-op work, I always do work in the neck and the face. Let's spend maybe anywhere, well, if it's post-op, obviously they have areas of the body that are a bigger concern than their face, unless they're a facelift client. But I probably, even in that situation, would spend at least 10 minutes working on the face and getting all this kind of going. Okay. But 10 to 15 minutes should do you pretty good. Okay. Just using my fingertips. Just this light, rhythmic stretch and snap. Okay. All right. I don't want to keep you here all day long doing this in real time, but I also don't want to go too fast. But once you get the hang of this, and this feels good, then we move up a little bit. Okay. Angle to try to get to. I'm just going to move along the chin line, jaw. And the direction is we're moving it down the neck. Okay. Every time I come to a new area and work it, then I go right back down to the beginning. Okay. I go right back up. Repeat to the new area. Muscle under here is the platysma. Okay. A little easier, crossing my hands over at this angle. All right. And from here, I'm going to reach up to my face, okay? The direction you want to be going is sort of at an angle from the eye out and down, okay? Just a tiny, tiny little bit of movement here. Very relaxing. More so if somebody's doing it to you. Okay. Another way of looking at this is like you're just brushing crumbs off the surface. Same kind of action. Real light. Okay. So I do a couple sweeps of the face. Go right here. Sorry to cross my hands over, it's just easier. And back down the neck again. Not only do you have lymph nodes around the front of your neck, sort of here on the side, you have a little bit on the back. So you can reach your hands around just a tiny, tiny little bit and get some of that posterior neck. Okay. Going back down here again. So it's just a tiny little sweeping motion. Back up. This jaw. Back up to the face again. You know, I've said in previous videos, there's more than one school for lymphatic drainage. I'm familiar with the Botter and Chickley method. I've taken a few other classes, but that's pretty much what I stick with. Okay. Then, if like me, you have bags under your eyes, a little bit extra stuff you can do here. Okay, we're going to change direction just a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. So take your index fingers and just right here at your tear duct, you're going to do some slight, very easy compressions. Okay, and then just with your fingers, you're actually going to sweep now from the outside of your eye to the middle. Okay. Again, very, very, very light work. Just using your fingertips. Oh, I should also add that for this whole process, in fact, when you do lymphatic drainage, you do not use any kind of lubrication because you need to get a tiny little bit of traction on the skin. Remember, we're stretching and snapping. We don't want to slide across the tissue, okay? So no lubrication with lymphatic drainage. Okay, oops. I'm going to go back down this way. All right, from there, you have some lymph nodes right here in front of your ear. You can kind of compress them just a tiny little bit. But I push the fluid out and away. client had surgery. I can't feel fluid with my fingertips. So when I say I'm pushing the fluid out, it's not like there's something I can feel that's there that I'm actually moving. It's an act of faith and years of experience. I know it's working. I can tell it's working just by the fact that I have all this drainage in the back of my throat now. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go back. Smooth the face a little. Back to this jaw area. A lot of lymph nodes right under the ear. We're still going down the neck. And come back. And then sweep right here. All right. Let's go back up again. Get the under the jaw and the jawline. Across the face. Under the eye. Push forward. Now we're going to go up. Get our forehead. Sometimes I like to do one side at a time. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. You can do the other side. And then both sides together. Very light, rhythmic, superficial, relaxing. When I get clients who've gone down to Miami for their cosmetic procedures and they may have stayed in a recovery house and gotten a few massages down there, they call them lymphatic massages, but they're not. I hear all kinds of horror stories about, oh, I almost passed out. I was crying. I begged them to stop. So then they'll arrive at my house and they're like, I took a pain pill before I came here. I'm not going to hurt you. Lymphatic drainage is not painful. Even the day after surgery, it is not painful. Okay. We can go one more time. But you can keep carrying on like this, okay? A little bit. All right. As long as you want. Till your arms get tired. Come forward. And sweep this across. And I'm just brushing off all these crumbs off my face, basically, with intention. Oop, went the wrong way. No worries. Go back to the cheeks. Jaw. Underside of the neck. Pull from the back of the neck forward. And then down here at your clavicle. So you can keep on doing this. Remember, you're going to go up and come back down. Every time you go to a new area, go, then bring the fluid back down. Go up to a new area, bring the fluid back down. Up to a new area, bring the fluid back down. Okay? And you can do this as long as you are comfortable doing that. All right? So this is manual lymphatic drainage. There are some other things that you can use. I'm not sure if you've ever seen anything like this. This is a little gua sha tool, okay? And then they have these little rollers. I was going to say jade roller, but obviously this is not jade. I forget what the stone is. This has a little, let's see if I can get it. Has a little bit of vibration to it. So remember I told you have lymph nodes like right here in front of your ear? You can do a little compression here, all right? And then you just take this little roller from the inside of your chin up. Okay. And we're just moving this across the face over to those lymph nodes on the face in front of the ear. Okay. So you could just repeat this all over your face. It's nice and cool, very refreshing feeling. And if you wanted, you could pour lymph this way, down to the node bed. You can go under the chin and down, under the chin and down. Okay. So all throughout your body, you have all these little lymph vessels. And the lymph vessels all go to a lymph node. So what we're trying to do is encourage this fluid in the vessel to go to the node, where the node will then filter it out for toxins and cellular debris, and your body eliminates it. Okay? All right, so that's how you would use this funky little tool, which is fun to play with. The gua sha tool is neat, but I do believe you need a little tiny bit of lubrication for this. This is just some specific lymphatic drainage post-op oil. I don't want to put too much on my face. A little bit here. Okay, just do one side. So again, you could take it. You're going to scoop to that node bed. Scoop to the node bed. Scoop to the node bed. Scoop to the node bed. Okay. All right. See, my face is getting just a tiny little bit flushed here with this little bit of work I'm doing. All right. And then, if you're like me and have this little, I don't know, buccal line, I think is what they call it. Sorry, I'm not up on that particular terminology. I actually will take this and kind of run it right along the jawline. It actually feels really good. Okay. This little tool I use all the time in my massage practice. And sweep down. It's great at breaking up scar tissue. Gua sha has its roots in traditional Chinese medicine. They've used it for thousands of years. And then the Americans came out with something called Graston technique. It's the same principle of work. However, the Graston tools are very expensive. Anyway, so go up and bring it down. Go up and bring it down. Up, bring it down. All right. Okay. If I think about it, I might post an after picture tomorrow so we can see if this actually does work. Okay. All right. But should give you the idea. You got some new tools and toys and techniques to play with here. Mini facelift, short-lived. Okay. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you being here. I hope that you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, just reach out. My work cell phone number is 412-328-4540. And then I can be reached via my website, annabasslmt.com. And I also have tampabay-massage.com. Same websites, just two different domain names. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. Take care. Bye.